I'm Elise Belcher, and this is my Story of a Lifelong Learner presentation for University 101. We're going to start of where am I from? And that starts where I am physically from, which is a small town in Kansas called Spring Hill. We grew up in a very not culturally diverse area, and our relationships with friends and families was very important because there wasn't much to do besides spend time with your friends and family. So that has really shaped my life so far a lot. Because I rely so much on those relationships with my friends and family because that's what I grew up with. I learned a lot about myself through my activities in high school. Some of the most impactful moments that I've had prior to coming to the U of A, I have some pictures here. It would be my time in theater, debate, and forensics. My first job, which was being a swim instructor, and working as the founder of a nonprofit for getting more women involved in politics. My time in forensics and theater showed me my love and passion for speech writing and public speaking. My time working with children, I worked with a lot of kids with special needs, and that has definitely contributed to how I view and approach the world. I feel like I learned a lot more from them and patience than I taught them in swim lessons, which was really important. Also, working at a nonprofit showed me hard work and resilience. I also spoke to a lot of different women from different cultural backgrounds, and that was really my only exposure to different cultures besides my hometown when I was living in Kansas. So it definitely did change the way I viewed and approached the world. So how does my history relate to my presence? I would not be the same person I am today if I didn't grow up in a small town. I took a really courageous step of moving out as my family has always been from Kansas. So that's one thing that I have. I'm very resilient and courageous. And I'm really hoping to carry that into the future. Since relationships were so important to me, I always found myself being the friend that everyone came to for advice. And I really loved helping people. And I loved learning the way people think, the reason behind their decisions. And that really led me to choosing my major, which currently is psychology. And how my history has shaped my academic pursuits is really just that strong, familiar, and friendship bond. Just the drive to help those people and working with kids with special needs. I think it's so interesting the way that different people think because of their genetic predispositions or backgrounds. So psychology just seemed like the perfect fit for me. So after the semester at the U of A, I have learned a lot. I was a part of the force internship through the Women and Gender Resource Center. So I learned a lot through that experience, learning about different struggles of different women from different backgrounds. It really made me more humbled and more grounded in the world. I also learned how to live in a community as I've lived by myself for 3 years. And I made some really good connections with that. I definitely think it's changed my worldview. I feel a lot more humbled and grounded. I've come to some harsh realities that the world is really big and scary out there, but it's also made me really motivated to take that on. I have learned a lot of strengths and weaknesses about myself. I've learned that my work ethic is still very strong, especially academically, so that's definitely a strength I've had. But one thing that I do need to develop is centering myself, more specifically my physical and mental health. That's what I hope to do next semester by getting involved in campus rec. As for the different disciplines for the gen ed experience, the social scientist stuck out to me the most as the way I think, since psychology is a social science and I'm so interested in that and helping people and figuring out why people do what they do. It definitely fits me the best. However, I do think I could use some development in the natural scientist department. I've never really been that STEM related, haven't really liked the sciences or math, so I definitely need to work on that. But I did take an anthropology class and it really showed me the different diversity of the natural sciences. So I think my gen ed experiences is me more of a natural scientist than I was before. I'm specifically looking at internships and getting experience in a psychology lab just to better understand what I want to do going forward as a career. I also would like to be a student ambassador and give tours around campus because I love public speaking. So that's where I am now. So now the question is, where am I going? That brings me to my 5-year plan. So hopefully in 5 years, I will be finished with a degree in psychology, a Bachelor of Arts degree, and then the next step is going to be getting into a good master's program. But no matter what path I choose, I will need some sort of post-grad education. Right now, I'm looking at getting my doctorate and being a professor of some sort, but no matter what career that I choose, I want activism and social justice to be a part of that, specifically working with marginalized communities, since that has been such a passion for me. And I think my work specifically with the nonprofit before I came to the U of A and the Force internship has shaped that. I'm super excited about this. I love learning and I've always loved school. So that's why being a professor is very interesting to me, constantly learning, working on research, and working with students. And as for outside of the classroom, outside of careers, I hope to continue learning even outside the classroom. I hope to continue to write. And then I love sewing already. I would love to sew all of my own clothes. And also, I have a garden at home. I'd love to grow and raise all of my food, really just living as an independent person. And I really want to live a nomadic lifestyle, never really settle down, just travel. So those are some things I really look forward to. As far as my wonder journal, I've always wondered about just various different cultures in the world, what makes traveling so amazing. And I truly feel like I can't answer any of my wonder journals until I get outside of the United States and learn about different cultures. So after looking at where I was, where I am, and where I'm going, that is my story as a lifelong learner, and thank you for watching.